Welcome back to How This Mom Does It, and today I'm going to be sharing with you another easy crock pot recipe. I'm going to be making my spinach tortellini in a crock pot. If you're interested in seeing how I put it all together, stay tuned. So tonight I am making our spinach tortellini in the crock pot, and I thought I would take you all along with me. I actually came up with this recipe. I had a couple of these ingredients on hand that I wanted to use up, and I kind of just threw it all together to see what I could create with it. And it ended up, instead of making a soup like I had thought, it soaked up all the juice and ended up being a really tasty just spinach tortellini. And I wrote it down because sometimes I don't write things down when I create recipes, and I actually did write it down so I could duplicate it, and it's become a favorite. So I thought I would share that with you today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by showing you all of the ingredients. Okay, so I have about 2 cups, actually it's a little over 2 cups of frozen leaf spinach, and I do like a lot of spinach. So if you're not a spinach fan, I would definitely use a lot less, but I like a lot. So that's over 2 cups. And then this is a cup of a frozen pepper and onion blend. It has red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, green bell pepper, and onion. You can use fresh if you want to. It just ends up being about a cup combined of what you would need. And then I also have a package of the Trader Joe's Italian tortellini, and this is a 12-ounce bag. This is not frozen or refrigerated. This is actually from the dry pasta aisle. I have a carton of the Trader Joe's organic creamy tomato soup, salt and pepper, and I have Italian seasoning, a can of just regular beef broth, and this is a 10.5 ounce can. And then I have a small can of the petite diced tomatoes, and this is a 14.5 ounce can. And now I'm going to show you how I put it all together. So I have added all of my ingredients, my spinach, my bell pepper onion mix, the beef broth, the diced tomatoes, the creamy tomato soup, the tortellini, and now I'm going to be mixing those ingredients together. Now the spinach is still frozen, so it will kind of break apart a little bit more as the crock pot cooks it, and the tortellini is going to expand quite a bit. So it looks soupy now, but it's going to soak up a lot of that juice. Okay, so I have added in my Italian seasoning, and I'm using about a teaspoon. I like it to have more of an Italian flavor. If you're not sure about the seasoning, I would start with a little bit less and then add more as it's cooking. And then I'm also going to be adding in pepper, and it's about 1/4 of a teaspoon that I'm adding in. And with salt and pepper, I always like to start a little bit light in the beginning and then add more at the end as it's cooked for a while. But I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt right now, and I don't measure, just a little bit of salt, and then I will add a little bit more in once it's all done. Okay, so I have everything mixed together in the crock pot, the seasoning and all the ingredients. I've set it on low and I've started it, and I will see you in a little bit to let you know how it came out. Okay, so it has cooked on low for over 3 hours. So I would say, depending on your crock pot, between 3 and 4 hours on low. And basically I was just wanting to make sure that the onion and the bell pepper were cooked all the way through, and that the tortellini was cooked all the way through, and then adding any salt and pepper that I felt like it needed, but I didn't add anything to it. If you use fresh bell peppers and onion, you might want to saute them ahead of time if you like a more sauteed kind of taste, but I just put my frozen bell pepper mix in here and it was just fine. So I will show you what it looks like on the plate in just a second. And that is my easy crock pot spinach tortellini. Be sure to check me out on Facebook and Instagram for more updates on organization, homeschooling, recipes, all kinds of stuff. And if you like this video, click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.